tonight. Yes, 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 yes. All of that good jazz. So before we get started, I would love for you guys to start to share this out. Let me do the same because that is how we get the word out, guys. And every month I like to journal. I like to write. So I like to come on and kind of share what I've been thinking about, what's going on. And today I wanted to talk about kind of women and women solidarity. And I think that that's something that's not talked about enough. So thus, I'm here. We're going to have a conversation. It's going to be real. It's going to be impactful. It's going to be honest. And if you're here for that, then you will totally, totally enjoy that. So let me try to share this out and then we will get this party started. And what was I going to say? Couple of minutes, bear with me. And it's always fun when like technology doesn't want to work with you. Like it's just like, no, not really. Which is totally fine. That's fine. But yes, and I also hope you appreciate the like kind of darker, somber background. It's hot out here in where am I? Arizona. So I was like, I don't want a lot of lights on. We're gonna make this different, and it's gonna be good, guys. So sharing this out. All right, cool. Some things are starting to work. I love it. And with that, it is time to get started. Let's get the party started. Hello, hello, hello. There goes my pen. That's okay. Dear Journal. Dear Journal, dear Journal, when will women unite? My name is Natasha Nurse. I am the coach, speaker, and content creator behind Dressing Room Mate. Every month, I was saying, I like to write in my journal. I like to get on here and kind of share some things and thoughts that I was having and some interesting conversations that have been had recently. And it really kind of promoted or kind of provoked me to say, hey, sis, can we be friends? Like, I feel like women, we can be better. We can, I have written down here, the world is a mess in a way we haven't seen before. And women, we have to do the right thing. We have to unite. We have to support each other more now than ever. People are literally dying. People are depressed. People are feeling very unsafe, very weary about the future. They don't know what the future holds for them. And more now than ever, it's important that we're a support system for each other. And, regardless of what our male counterparts do, we as women can do better. We can be the change that we want to see. And I think just recently I was on Twitter and I was looking, I won't name the person per se that I'm deeply disappointed with, but apparently there's an author who I love her books, especially one book. She, came for a very famous woman, and if you know the situation, you probably know what I'm referring to. And it's just like, really, when is enough? When will we unite? When can we just say nice things about each other? And if you have nothing nice to say, then why are you speaking? I don't understand. Why can't we support each other? So I have a couple of things specifically that I want to talk about that I wrote some notes down. So let's go through this. What is the power of women supporting each other? Like, what's the actual tangible results that you're going to get when women support each other? So first, it's going to build confidence. When you feel like women, specifically women, someone who is a part of your gender or a part of your community is supporting you, you are going to feel more confident in your job, more confident in your family, more confident in your relationships. You're going to just feel a level of confidence that you haven't had before if you don't have a ongoing system of support. So confidence. Another one, it's going to lend for upward mobility. When you have a female boss or a female coworker who supports you at your job, what's that going to do? That can help you elevate in your career. It can help you branch out and do new things. So it can promote upward mobility in your career, in your life. Next, security and safety. I'm a person who doesn't necessarily have a very big network of people that I can turn to when I'm having a crisis or when I need support. But at the end of the day, for the people who are there and who are a part of it, that community for me, there's a sense of security. There's a sense of stability. There's a sense of feeling like it's okay to cry with this person. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to share my insecurities, my vulnerabilities, and not feel like this is going to be a judgment session. This is going to be used against me in the future, right? So that when we can do that for each other, we allow each other and we give each other permission to just be ourselves, to just be in a space of sadness or worry or distress, especially now with COVID, and not feel like this is going to be used against you, and not feel like you can't say what you want to say, because you absolutely can. It's you have the right to be upset, you have the right to be vulnerable, but we also need to have a space to be able to do that. So when women can do that for each other, it's super empowering. Next, it also sets the tone for how other women should treat each other. So I don't know about you, but I find it very frustrating to have to turn on the television and see women fighting with each other. Outside of a sporting match, right? If this is a boxing or wrestling or tennis thing, then cool. But when we're just fighting with each other, when we're calling each other names, when we're attacking each other in old programming and or new programming, it's frustrating, because I know that we can do better. And when we do it in our lives, when we go around and we support each other, when we go and take the moment to, if you see a stranger in a store, obviously now with COVID, 6 feet away, if you're going to say anything to anyone, but still supporting each other. Hey, I like your outfit. Hey, if someone is doing a book or a program and you support them, supporting women sets the tone for teaching other women how they too need to behave, because we're responsible for teaching others how we want to be treated, but we're also responsible for setting the tone within our communities that we're a part of. So if you can do that, then you can be the change you want to see. We all play a role in it. It's not waiting for someone like, okay, when Oprah does it, yes, cool. But what about you? What are you doing to move the movement forward? And we're all a part of the movement, whether it's the feminist movement, the movement for civil rights, whatever movements, we're all a part of different communities, and we all play a role in furthering these communities. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do, guys? What you gonna do? Next, it also demonstrates the change that we need to see. I think more now than ever, especially with COVID, my heart breaks. I'm sure your heart breaks. It's upsetting. It's upsetting to see so many people dying, so many people sick, so many people's lives totally sent to shambles over something that we don't even fully understand, right? So there's just so much uncertainty, and there's just so much heartache that's going on. We need to see more positive and good news. I think it's disgusting to see negative news articles about people talking smack about other people during this time. Are you insane? Are you out of your mind? Like, why is anyone saying anything negative about anyone right now? We should only be sending blessings and love to each other. Are you kidding me? Literally, it's a pandemic, and it's like to read articles about someone calling people names. I saw the recent thing with Adele, people getting upset. Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? You have to be crazy to be talking smack about other people at this time. You're out of your mind. There's bigger things. There's bigger fish to fry, guys. Bigger fish to fry. So let's get on board with understanding perspective of what's most important, which is being alive, staying safe, being a support system for others. How can we protect our elderly? How can we protect our people who are vulnerable and compromised right now? Please do not feel the need to share negative commentary about other people right now, woman or man aside, but because the conversation is focused on women. Sis, can we be friends? Can we be friends? Can we send each other, some light and joy in this world? What the hell are we doing? Out of your freaking mind, out of pocket. Everyone went so crazy when Snoop did his outrageous thing against Gail. Crazy, right? But hey, sisters, hey, women, we're all on the same team. Let's be friends. Let's be friends, guys. So I had a couple of notes that I wrote down, and I know that, for me as well, I've had to think about this. So hopefully this can be helpful and inspirational for you in your career, whatever you're doing in life. So how do we disagree with grace? So sometimes as women, if you want to support women in your career, but maybe the person you're working with isn't supporting you, or you have a disagreement, how can you kind of voice your opinion without coming off as I'm attacking her, or this is woman on woman crime? A couple of things that I wrote down that I'd love to share with you. So one, attacking the issue, not the person. I think that that's really important when we're trying to be professional in our lives. And yeah, you might not agree with everything a woman you're working with or doing something with says or does, but you attack the issue. Attack the issue, not the person. I think that that's super, super critical. Next, we got to put our big girl pants on, ladies. We have to put our big girl pants on, and we have to confront this issue. These passive aggressive comments and statements we make, out of pocket, ridiculous. Get over it. I was just in an interesting professional situation where with a previous person that I worked with, and the passive aggressiveness, out of control, out of pocket. If you have an issue, if you have a comment, then put on your big girl pants. Address the conflict, address the issue. Stop with the passive aggressiveness. Nonsense. Also, another thing, and I try to think about this in my personal life and my professional life and entrepreneurial goals, which is, remember, what you say matters just as well as how you say it, right? So you can say something that is not offensive, but because you said it in an offensive way, it becomes offensive. Or you can say something offensive in a cordial way that's less offensive, right? Like, so we can escalate or de-escalate what we're saying based on how we say it. So really think about that when you are having confrontations, when you are disagreeing and you want to do it with grace. How you say it is going to matter. All right. Next, come from a positive place. So when we're disagreeing, are we just quarreling to quarrel's sake, as my Jamaican parents like to say, or do we have like an actual thing that we're trying to get across? If you're disagreeing, what's the point of your disagreement? Are you trying to bring awareness to something? Are you trying to prevent a conflict? What's the point of the disagreement? I think that that's really critical, that we have to have purpose and value in what we're saying and what we're communicating. And then my next point is achieve a resolution or kind of create a stance on the matter. So if you're disagreeing with grace, what's the ultimate resolution that you're trying to achieve? Is it a proposal a coworker said, and you're trying to say you disagree for the following reasons, and you have an alternative idea? You think that what was said was going to be ineffective? Like, what's the ultimate thing that you're trying to achieve? If you have that in mind, then I think that that can keep you grounded in the types of conversations you have. But if you don't have purpose, if you're quarrel for quarrel's sake, it's going to come off as negative. It's going to show you in a negative light, and we can do better. Ladies, we can do better. Sis, let's be friends. Let's do better. Now, another couple of points I wanted to make, which is making your voice be heard without attacking others. So this is just general kind of, I think really the best way to think about it is how we navigate social media, right? Navigating social media is not something that we're innately learn or taught to us. Like, we have to figure it out across the board, whether you're a millennial, whether you're younger, whether you're older. We're all learning, right? We're all on this journey called life, which is just literally information dump every single day. Learn something, grow, execute, keep it moving. It's the next day. So it's okay to not know, but I think it's not okay to not seek out the information, right? There's too much information out there for you to be like, I don't know. Figure it out. Like, let's consume, learn, execute, right? And so one is, we have to think outside of the box in how we're getting our voice heard, right? If you want to, when people say, I have something to say and no one's listening, well, are you writing a blog about it? Are you doing some YouTube content about it? Are you dancing your way on TikTok to it? Are you sharing your thoughts on Twitter? Are you writing, contributing articles? Are you a speaker? Like, there's so many different ways to get your voice to be heard. So thinking outside of the box is just the general premise I would give anyone advice on when it comes to getting your voice to be heard. And then next, when we stand up for something, it doesn't have to equate to the destruction or tearing down of someone or some concept or something else. And I want that to be crystal clear, because I think, especially when we talk about the women's movement or civil rights matters, right? People automatically assume pro-women, anti-men, pro a person of color, anti. No, no. It's definitely not the case, guys. So if you are an advocate for something, like for me, I'm an advocate for animal rights, hardcore, and an advocate for women and children, and preventing child abuse and preventing child molestation and preventing marginalized people from being attacked or harmed in this world. Yes, those are all things that I stand for, but it doesn't mean that I'm the antithesis of other things. These are just things that I'm that's something that I'm passionate about, right? So you have to have an understanding, and also make sure that you maybe even set the terms out and the conditions, because I think that people don't know that. I think that people are under some guise, this weird kind of system of like, if you support one thing, then that means that you're against someone else or against something else. Not necessarily. So feel free to put that in there. And if we're all kind of getting that verbiage out there, maybe it'll like sink in eventually, and people will be like, oh, right? Like that you can be for many things and not necessarily for the destruction of other people or other things, right? And I think that that needs to be said. So I would encourage you to get that voice, that message, that verbiage out there. And then also, we can all make noise, right? We can all make noise. That's totally fine. But do you have a message? Do you have something that you're actually sharing? Is there value to what you're putting out in this world? Because we can all get on here. We can all live. We can all do a lot of stuff and just make noise, of course. But are we sharing perspective that's going to be valuable? Are we giving value to yourself or others? Whenever I do a live or whenever I create content, my goal is to give value to the world, but also to enhance myself, right? So did I learn something new about myself? Am I trying something new with this process? Trying to give value for myself and others. So I encourage you to do the same, right? We can all make noise, but do we all have a message to share? Think about that and figure out where you stand on that. Now, with that, what's next? So, guys, it's Mother's Day weekend, right? This is the time, which I know is hard because with COVID, you can't hug up and love on your moms. But we can virtually spend time with each other. We can also, because of this conversation, hey, when will women unite? Give some love to women in your life, whether they're mothers or not, who have made a difference in your life. I think that, we sometimes, especially in America, like to just celebrate things because there's like a holiday, it's on our calendars to do it. But like, you can always give love and show love to people who made a difference in your life. And I think more now than ever, people need this. People need to understand why their life matters to others, because people are feeling so alone that they're taking their lives, they're harming their lives. They just don't even know what to do with life itself. And we are not alone because we are doing this all together. I know it's virtually, but it's together, guys. And things are not necessarily going to get increasingly easier right now because, as we know, right, states are opening up, which means what? That we're going to have more lives endangered. So it's gonna get tough, right? If you can buckle down, buckle down. If you have to go out for emergencies only. Be safe, be secure, do the right thing, and do the right thing for your neighbors and your community and yourself, guys. But we have to give love. We have to give love to each other and share how much we love and appreciate those in our lives that do and feed into us as we feed into them. So I would encourage you to do that. And then, of course, share this out, guys. Share this out. This is how we be the change we want to see. If you want to promote women unity, then share content around women unity. So I encourage you to share this with a friend, share this with a family member, get the word out. Okay, that's how we can get the message out to others. And then, of course, here if on YouTube you see the kind of ticker going by, subscribe to the blog and the monthly newsletter at dressingroom8.com. On Facebook here, make sure you've liked the page, you're following the page. Again, if you have comments on any of the platforms, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, make sure you're putting this out. And then with that, there's other upcoming events that I do where I come on a monthly basis to create content that's going to give you value either for your life or your business or your entrepreneurial goals or your career. I pretty much service women really focusing on what we're thinking, what we're feeding into ourselves, and what we're doing in this world. So if you like this, I would appreciate you to spread the word. And then, of course, if you have comments, if there's something that I said that has triggered something in you and you're like, I want to talk about this on a deeper level, hit me up, dressingroom8.com. All right, guys. So that's it for my dear journal. I'm not going to keep you longer because Lord knows there's so much to do. And I got to go walk the dog. I got to go enjoy this hot Arizona sun. So I wish you wellness. I wish you love. I wish you prosperity, endless love. And thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. It's always fun. Thank you for those who commented here on Facebook. And let me say goodbye on each of the platforms. All right. So first, we're going to say goodbye on Periscope. It's been fun, guys. And then we're going to say bye on YouTube. Woohoo! See you guys soon. And then Facebook.